show starts in 3 minutes. The show starts in 2 minutes. The show starts in 1 minute. And now, on with the show.
Sup, motherfuckers? I promise that I didn't make it to here. I don't get a tripod set up or anything, but I think this will do. You're with your wife at Burger King? Yo, I'm with the wife at Burger King, LOL. Likely story. But I don't know what BK means. I assume it must mean Burger King. Um, um, oh, you're at Burger King? Good for you, man. Burger King's good food. Um, thanks, Travis. Thanks for putting that up on Discord. Thanks, Alec, for noticing my inclusion of the intermission. That's an idea that I've had for a little while. What the fuck time is it? Let's take a look. Let's see if this cord will let me. Uh, 1 minute to midnight. Damn it. It was 2 minutes to midnight. I could have played the Iron Maiden drop, but I can't anymore, guys. It's the only sound drop I have available on my program. We missed it. Shit. But yeah, thanks all three of you for coming out. We're gonna get started. Just gonna start ranting. I'm gonna start ranting for not sure how long, but I've been in a bad mood all fucking day since I heard about the whole James Gunn fiasco. And let me just say straight out to the first three people here that if James Gunn is actually some kind of creep or something, um, fuck him. But based off of what I've seen, I'm not convinced. I'm queuing something up later for us to look at. Toxic Avenger 4. Toxic Avenger 4. Uh, it's possibly one of the most offensive movies I've ever seen. And what year did it come out? Where's that box? It's gotta be somewhere. Um, oh, here it is. But yeah, it's an old movie, and I think that it's been a number of years since I've actually watched this. But James Gunn's tweets, he's in this movie. They don't seem that out of character for the time that he made them. Um, let's see, I don't want to step on the cats. What year did this fucking movie come out? Somebody Google what year did Toxic Avenger 4 come out? Toxic Event Citizen Toxie, the Toxic Avenger 4. Oh, it's backwards for you guys, isn't it? I'm on the fence about it. Honestly, he did tweet about how ABC and every right to fire Roseanne. Yeah, Disney has every right to fire him, but is it right? It's like, is this the right way to go about things? That's what concerns me a lot about it, is that now James Gunn, like, nobody would have thought James Gunn would come in the crosshairs of the outrage thing. You thought it would just be like right-leaning people, but now it's even that, and it's just like, what are we gonna have? Is Ron Howard gonna fucking direct everything? Is that what we're gonna have to do? Just as a squeaky clean Q-tip man? Um, I'm having trouble finding a date on Toxic Avenger. Somebody Google when did Toxic Avenger 4 come out, and we're gonna watch some of that later. You know what, Jeremy? That might be true, and I might have to eat my own. I might have to eat my own words and backtrack on this hardcore. But the reason I'm doing this right now is because so many people being so reactionary, and it seems like a lot of people salty that James Gunn is annoying on Twitter, talking about political shit that they are not on the same page. James Gunn is gone. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is ruined because of jokes he made fucking like 10-ish years ago. Dude, yes, there is. Yes, there is. No, it's not just lime juice. This is a Moscow Mule. Thank you. There is a there. You can see this. These are some of the 100 limes. You guys are gonna see me make a couple drinks here. Hey, take a look at my checklist. These are all this. I picked up a paper plate and I scratched down. I'm like, all right, I have to go in with a game plan. This, I'm not sure what I meant about a lot of it, but we got a lot of stuff to go over. I've been seriously. I found out about this because Ethan Van Shiver, he posted a video. It must have been very early in the morning or really, really late at night because I was lit when I watched it, and just showing all the tweets. I haven't even actually read the Cernovich article. Yeah, I love the Guardians movies. Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 and even Part 2. I feel like Part 2 is like a companion piece to it. I think they're my favorite Marvel movies, even though I I've never until I saw the first one was never a fan of the comic book. And I'm semi a fan of the comic book now. I actually liked what Gary. Is it Gary or Jerry Dugan? Uh, I liked the first 6 issues. I think I have 6 through 10. I read the first of the run right after the movie came out. Shadowcat was part of the team and the Thing, and I thought it was fun. I thought whoever was working on art, I thought that was pretty cool. But what? Oh, I was gonna say that diversity in comics. He talks a lot about how Gary Dugan's a super talent boy, and I've said this in other videos. Like that guy's always been cool to me. I don't think he knows I exist, but before there was hashtag move the needle and shit, I was taking pictures in front of the comic book stores with him and Brian Posehn's Deadpool and stuff. I'm just like, fuck yeah, you guys. Not that they needed my support. I think that was a New York Times bestseller, the Brian Posehn Deadpool. But yeah, what am I on about? I guess I just jump into it. I'll start at the top of the list. PewDiePie. PewDiePie is the first note that I put down on my talking points. You guys remember? I'm sure anyone who's actually follow these type of drama-rama YouTube type politics and stuff. They remember in the Wall Street Journal took a people at the Wall Street Journal did a deep dive on PewDiePie's content, reaching back for about like 8 to 9 months, maybe even a year. They went back and they sifted through all of his content and found and cherry picked a couple of jokes out of context in order to paint him as a Nazi. And essentially, this is empty. This is also it. There we go. In order to paint him as some kind of like Nazi sympathizer type. And he kind of fucked himself after that by saying the N-word on the live stream. What was he doing? Oh, baby, what you doing? God damn it. Alright, I'll just steal a cap off the other one. But, yeah, it was a total smear job. It was very transparent for anyone who's actually paying attention, but the damage was done. Disney cut their ties with PewDiePie. Even though, I mean, those jokes that he made were just lying out there. Literally, millions of people had been exposed to them, and not one of them went after Disney to complain about what he was saying. But then when the Wall Street fucking Journal compiles them and positions them in this little way to make it look like, oh, look, Disney's hiring PewDiePie the Nazi, which is preposterous. I actually started watching that dude's content I never had before. I remember when he had a guest. I knew that he was an internet guy who was popular with doing video games and shit like that, but I never actually watched him. I just knew he was a thing. He was on South Park one time even. But after that Wall Street Journal shit, I actually started watching him, and he's like one of my favorite YouTubers now. It's like his like he releases like a solid 10-minute video every day, and there's nothing offensive about him. He's actually like I would say that he's probably a good role model for young people. Like all the media, and he makes jokes about it. He's like, oh, it's an army of 9-year-olds. It's all 9-year-olds who like PewDiePie, but I'd say that if 9-year-olds were watching PewDiePie, he'd be a better influence than most most people that kids would like. PewDiePie seems like a good guy. What do you think about that in the chat? Um. Oh fuck. But yeah, now we got. I guess I haven't even looked at the Daily Gawker article, the Daily Caller. Sorry. But Mike Cernovich's bitch ass, which I've never had a personal problem with him before. I mean, I don't know much about the fucking guy except that people hate him and that he is some type of conservative. I know he gets accused of being some things like alt right and stuff, and then I know that he distances himself from stuff like that, but he can't distance himself. Timeout. I had to get that knot out. Drive me crazy. He can't distance himself from acting like a little snake bitch boy who is just going to like go back 10 years in someone's past on fucking Twitter and take a bunch of like edgy jokes and then smash them all together and like this is what James Gunn was really all about. And I'm gonna put this in parentheses or the brackets. Um, if James Gunn turns out to be some kind of kid fucker, I retract everything, all my defense of him. But I just haven't seen anything that makes me think that he is. Um, fucking yeah. So fucking Mike Cernovich, uh, he's playing the same game that the fucking SJWs and the far leftists do, and it seems that a lot of people in some of the communities that I keep an eye on, like Comicsgate, which I would say I'm a supporter of, I see all these people who are just gleeful about this happening when I feel the exact same way that I would if someone who's a little right leaning, if they got fucked over just because of what am I fucking saying? I'm sort of going off. Do you guys are you guys picking up on what I'm saying? I'm going off the top of my head. I'm not even going over my paper plate full of notes. All right, okay. If he was it's could you refresh my memory a little bit? Like, was he really attacking fans? Did he like what was it? Did he insert himself into the whole Star Wars Star Wars versus the fans, like saying, "Hey, the fans are just shitty. I don't know what to tell you. It's not us." Did he insert himself into that dialogue, or like what did he actually do? Because you know what, people have shown me a lot. Because I've been talking about this all day on the internet. People have shown me screenshots of his tweets where he says, "You know what, with the Roseanne thing, yeah." The Roseanne thing, it's their decision if they want to fire her. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. And then I also agree that hey, James, this is the world you set up that where tweets will make your career just implode. And thing about that though is this I was just here's what I'm getting at. I was just listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and Doug Stanhope was on. Which, if you guys know Doug Stanhope, he's a very offensive comedian. If you're a fan of Doug Stanhope, all of those tweet jokes from James Gunn probably don't seem especially that offensive to you because you're so desensitized from hearing about fucked up shit. But yeah, they were talking about how ABC/Disney hired Roseanne, even though Roseanne has been insane on the internet since like 2008 or whatever. She's had a legacy of being a crazy person on fucking Twitter. She's always said crazy shit. And then there's just one tweet Roseanne said more fucked up stuff than the Planet of the Apes tweet within the same hour of her saying that tweet. And the only thing it's just bizarre. They're just like, all right, boop, bye, Roseanne. It's just like, why did you decide to develop a huge television show? I mean, they knew the money was there and it paid off. It was a very successful show. But you're gonna hire Roseanne Barr, who has a ton of mental issues. She's got dissociative disorder. It's sort of like you see in movies called like multiple personality disorder, but it's you dissociate and I know someone very close to me has the same thing. So I sympathize with Roseanne in that way. And then there's the fact that she also has had suffered severe head trauma. So Roseanne Barr is just gonna go balls deep in any conspiracy that had, and ABC should have been like, hey, you know what? lay off the social media and all the ranting if you want the show to work, but instead they're just like, all right, we're just going to attach ourselves. And then when Roseanne acts like Roseanne, we're going to fire her. And well, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, and why I'm bringing up Roseanne and how Roseanne's crazy and has a legacy of being crazy, and then they fired her for being who she is. James Gunn came out of Trauma Films. If you look at and here and people are new here, we got 7 people here now. We're gonna watch a little bit of the Toxic Avenger Part 4. That kind of scared me. Toxic Avenger Part 4, which James Gunn makes a cameo appearances, and we could just look at the community that James Gunn has come out of, and why the fact that he got fired today for the reasons he got fired is so fucked up to me. Because let's jump into this right now. Guardians of the Galaxy came out. I wasn't a fan of the comic book. I went there to go watch the fucking movie because it was the new Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, and I was excited to see it. No, the trailers looked dope as fuck. I watched it, and not even having any connection to any of those characters, I'm just like, oh my god. I like it seriously. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, I like more than like 90% of Star Wars. But anyway, James Gunn, the reason why it actually that movie felt so special to me is because he came out of Trauma Films, this crude, fucked up, like intentionally offensive and disturbing film company. And it's just, and I'm so happy that Trauma's still around today in whatever capacity it is. But it was so awesome to see, like, hey man, you can make these super fucked up horror. It's sort of like Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi started off on The Evil Dead, and then eventually he made the Spider-Man franchise. Sam Raimi, without Sam Raimi and what he did with Spider-Man, none of this would exist. None of this would fucking exist. And he's a guy who's just this fucked up weirdo who makes like fucking this crazy goofball shit. And then he goes and does this. James Gunn hanging out with the trauma people, which, I know my friend Dee Dee, who, if you guys see in my social media, there's a pretty lady that you see me with sometime. She has worked with trauma in Chicago when they come to Chicago. She's an adult entertainment type person, and this is the thing. It's supposed to be sort of crazy. It's supposed to be taboo stuff. It's supposed to be a thing. Not pro kid fucker, but pro dark as fuck and gross humor. Real gross out humor. So James Gunn is like my hero after he did Guardians of the Galaxy because I saw what a quality picture. It's still one of my favorite Marvel movies, and now all of a sudden his origin is being thrown back into his fucking face. He made fucked up jokes like in the Cernovich. People saying, "Oh, wow, he made so many jokes about that." All right, if you're going through the edgy barrel, you know that rape is off the table. Um, Racist stuff is off the table. What do you do to be edgy? You go straight to kid fucking. Sorry to say it, but that's the thing. That's the edgy thing you could say between adults, unless there's someone who's traumatized as a child. I mean, I guess. I guess that would be triggering for someone. But do you notice how when it's triggering stuff, like there's never someone who writes a blog that somebody made a pedophile type joke, and I fucking had to write a blog and walk out of the theater about it later. No, for some reason, even though violating a child is obviously, well, I don't want to say obviously worse than violating an adult. People think that it's worse, but for some reason, comedians are able to go there way more accepted. It's easier to go there than to go there. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, people are commenting. Hey guys, are you enjoying this? There's 7 people here. Am I talking good? been a victim of some of this stuff in the past and desensitize him. Uh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think that James Gunn just was used. You notice how there wasn't any controversy around this at the time of the tweets as they went along. No real controversy. But now Cernovich isolates all of them, squishes them all together, and say, this is what this guy is all about. Which, oh yeah, this is what I was saying before. It's on the Rolodex. All right, so went there, I've went there, I've went there. Eventually, you're gonna get back to pedophile type jokes. You're gonna see like Holocaust, da da, all the. You're gonna get there a couple times with 30,000 tweets, and I don't. Like, all right, this is something I haven't got the lockdown on. Was it I've heard some people say it was around like 30 tweets that Cernovich isolated, but I've heard other people say that it's been hundreds, and all he would do is talk about fucking kids. If you have 30,000 tweets and you have 30 of them with kid fucking jokes, I'm sorry. It's not really very convincing to me. Back to Disney. They were spineless about PewDiePie. Didn't do nothing, and they dropped him. James Gunn didn't do nothing. And what is scary about all this is now we are simply, it's just the fact that James Gunn has been hit by these type of campaigns where it's just like, hey, your jokes aren't jokes. Jokes are serious. Jokes, if you say a joke, you mean it. You're out of here. Where are we going to go from here? Where are we going to go from here? Ron Howard is going to have to direct every movie. It's like, fuck, I'm probably, I say stupid shit all the time. I say stupid shit every day. I say jokes that, when the next day I wake up and I look at them and just like, that wasn't funny. That was dumb. But fucking, it's just a goddamn mess. Goddamn mess. And anybody celebrating this, I hope that you realize anybody celebrating James Gunn's fall from grace, I hope that you know that you're also celebrating the push towards no jokes allowed, pure censorship. Jesus. Like you gotta take your blinders down. Even right-leaning people who are annoyed with James Gunn shitting on Trump. I mean, what? Everyone talks about politics, man. Everyone with a Twitter talks about politics that they care about. It's not everyone's gonna agree with you. And there was nothing SJW about the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. The first two, some people aren't a huge fan of the second one, but I'm just like, all right, we skipped the origin story and we just get into fun stuff. I had fun that entire fucking movie. I watched it 3 times, once in theaters, twice at home. Love it. This is when I heard about the James and stuff, I'm just like, this is the same. Even though I'm surrounded by a mix of different people politically, all of a sudden, like, it seems maybe they're just happy that finally it's happened to one of the guys who hate Trump or something like that. But I'm just like, oh, this is just more bullshit. Outrage and cancel culture. Do you actually see the shirt that I'm wearing? There's a band called Maggot Twat. Look up the song and the lyrics for their song Stuffed Animal Orgy. Hilarious. Hilarious. Very offensive. Uh, what is it? Humor in the same direction that James Gunn was trying to achieve, but actually they executed and it's actually funny. The only thing James Gunn is guilty of is making jokes that edgy jokes that just they weren't funny. Like I read a lot of them. Like he would attach it to a hashtag as something about the Hardy Boys getting fisted by their uncle. Sad hashtag whatever. He would try to jump on hashtags and create a real edgy, gross joke, but it just they're lame, but they're not. Nothing about them makes me think, yeah, that's this James Gunn wants to fuck kids. No. All right. Gotta run. I get what you're saying, but suspect there's more to it. I'm gonna have to go comb through all of these comments later, but thanks for anyone who's showing up. I guess I could run down my notes. That was all freestyle. I didn't even look at my paper plate full of talking points. But I think I touched on a lot of them. All right, let's talk about Ethan Van Sciver right now. Shit, I should have talked about him when when it was at peak viewing, because I'm positive some comics that people didn't. All right, Ethan Van Sciver came. He was the one who made me discover that yeah, Shiver. Well, Ethan Van Shiver was the guy who exposed me to this controversy first. I saw his video and I love EVS. I got Cyberfrog coming in the mail to me in November. Super excited to see that. His artwork is oh so good. But and he never he always comes off as silly uh, EVS does. That's is why I like him. Like when he's talking about like Rose Tico, like he'll talk about like, well, this is back. We're kind of past the Tico Path phase, but he would talk about Rose Tico and just like, oh yeah, I get your point. That's a lame character, and then he would push it a little further and keep talking about it and just like, all right, man, we get it, and then just like, are you okay? And then he would push it even further to when it became funny again, where it's just like, okay. And the whole Tico Path thing, and the fact that he's got like 100 Rose Ticos across his ceiling, that's fucking hilarious. I gotta say, I love EVS. Cyberfrog's in the mail for me, but he just seemed when I watched his videos of the James Gunn thing, he almost seemed like overjoyed that he was able to like fucking stick it to someone like that. Like every single video I saw that EVS did about this situation, it just usually when I watch Uncle Ethan's videos, they make me feel good. They give me a giggle, but then I'm just like, ugh, it just like it was so dark and mean, and it wasn't just dark and because of the type of content that he was talking about when it came to the James Gunn tweets. It was just he just seemed to like I don't know. It's just they just had a vibe that came off of them that it just like oh, and that's the most intelligent way I can explain it because I'm a fucking idiot. EVS another I just his those the videos he's made about James Gunn. It's just like most of the times his videos make me feel good and I get a laugh, but those videos just made me feel bad not because of what James Gunn did, but how vicious and um what is the word? He just seemed to be like intent. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything bad, but he seemed like almost like he was intentionally not understanding the intent behind said jokes. And all right, I'm gonna get in this, and this isn't just for EVS, but wait, is he Catholic? I was raised Catholic. I could shit on Catholics. I not just say that when I was a little kid I was a Catholic. I had to do the communion and the confirmation. I had to do all the shit. I was a fucking altar boy. I'm an anti-theist now, pretty much because I was raised under Catholicism. But if you don't like kid fucking Ethan, if he is a Catholic, probably pick a different religion. I'm sorry, that's a low blow. I hope he never sees me say that. But the thing Ethan said on another stream that happened. These all happened today. He says, Rape jokes are not okay. Pedophile jokes are not okay. You shouldn't make them. And I'm gonna straight up say that I entirely fucking disagree with that. You need to be able to make jokes about everything, or you shouldn't make jokes about anything. You need to make jokes about everything. That includes Christianity, Islam, Judaism. You need to make jokes about all of those. We can't have sacred cows. We can't have sacred cows. Ethan Van Shiver wants to make sacred cows. All jokes are gay. You should be able to make gay jokes. You should make jokes about everything. If your joke is funny and it's not, sure you can make a joke that's disparaging of someone else. They could be a bad joke, but if it's funny and you don't mean it, if it's funny and you don't mean it, then it's fine. Jokes are jokes. Life is fucking hard. The world's fucked up. We can't be shitting on people who are just trying to get laughs out of other people. It's let's jump into comedy, the scene in comedy right now. I was just arguing with people while this whole James Gunn thing unveloped. I was on a Red Letter Media fan group on Facebook, and I was arguing with people about how SJWs are so anti-comedy, and then the James Gunn thing broke out, and I'm just like, oh, looks like everybody's anti-comedy. Everyone's outraged. Now we've adopted it on both sides. Now we gotta fucking deal with this shit. It's like, nah, we can't make a joke. Anybody in the chat, all six of you, anybody listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube, Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina Pazitsky. Or yeah, I think I pronounced it right. Well, Christina, Tom Segura's wife, Christina Pazitsky, who's great comedian. Her stand-up special, there's a handful of Toms on Netflix, and her first ever comedy special is on Netflix also. But they're both hilarious, level-headed comedians. They are not anywhere near the far right or far left spectrums. They're just normal fucking people. And they've even started talking about SJWs every episode. They're just like these people trying to fucking attack stand up comedians. Christina narrated a documentary called Can We Take a Joke, which you could find bootlegged with the sound fucked up, so everyone has high voices on YouTube if you don't want to pay the $3 to actually rent it. But that documentary came out in 2015, and now it's only gotten worse since that documentary came out. We're not progressing; we are regressing at a rapid fucking rate. And when it comes to this James Gunn thing, it's a prime example. Even if ideologically you are against him and what he says, I see a lot of people butthurt that he bitches about Trump. Dude, the president of the United States is going to be bitched about by everyone. I don't know why everyone's so like Trump. Oh, I've never heard. I remember during Bush, like when Bush is around, like no one's just like, hey man, don't you like talk this shit about Bush? It's like for the no, they're just like they would disagree. They would actually debate, but then it's just like, oh, this guy's a piece of shit for he doesn't like the president. All right, I gotta. I just lost like 2 viewers, so maybe I'm not gonna talk about Trump no more. But all right, let's move on. So I've only moved through. We've been here for 40 minutes, and I've only gone through PewDiePie and Ethan Van Shiver. I mentioned how Ethan Van Shiver says you shouldn't make rape jokes. That's not good. You should be able to joke about everything. Get that straight down. I moved through how this is toxic for comedy. Because can we take a joke? We can't have hate mobs on the right or the left destroying fucking comedy. Oh, here's a point I've been making with people on the internet. People are just like, oh man, him saying all these jokes is a sign that he actually fucks kids. I'm saying, fuck no, it doesn't. The people who end up turning out to be kid fuckers are like the dude from fucking Subway. The who everyone looked at him is like, he Just from the look in his eyes, like he probably is a pedophile. I'm sure a lot of people had that theory, but he let no indication that was going to happen, along with the dad who is the dad in Seventh Heaven, or the pretty boy who is in that show Glee, or that fucking crazy fuck who is in that band Lost Prophets. From what I've never seen any outward talk about him advocating or making light of pedophilia. And you know what? I don't think James Gunn was making light of pedophilia. I think he was saying things fucked up to make people laugh uncomfortably, which is a thing. Um, there's this one thing. The 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 smoking gun of this situation was I think he retweeted a video that somebody who ended up way later turning out to be somebody who got convicted of possessing CP, which means child P word. But it turns out that yeah, they didn't share a link with it, and it turns out that it was a video of somebody. I think it was. I didn't see it, but I know that it was misrepresented. The screenshot that was supposed to be the smoking gun, which that's kind of troublesome. But also, if he is, I mean, Hollywood is not surprising, but he's bumping elbows with people who turn out to be convicted of child stuff like that. That is pretty chilling. But as of right now, me recording this, there has been no indication that anyone has come forward at all about a actual any of the things he jokes about being played out in real life. There's no indication that has ever happened. It's all crazy speculation at this point. So, but yeah, that tweet that was that blocked out. If you've seen it, if you're up with the story, if you've seen the thing that he retweeted, which I don't know if I know that in the story that he had interacted with someone who ended up being convicted on something, but I don't know how close they were. It's really excuse me. It really doesn't say anything. Um, I've talked about Doug Stanhope. I've talked about Roseanne. Yeah, I fucking love Doug Stanhope. I love Rose. Oh, I don't love Roseanne. I don't care about Roseanne at all, actually. I never liked her show. But I'm concerned. But she's okay. She's a good part of American. She's done things. I respect her for who she is. Um, but yeah, all right, two wrongs. I'm assuming I'm meaning, all right, well, our guy got fucked over, so it's good that James Gunn got fucked over. It's like two wrongs make a fucking who cares, buddy. Uh, who really loses out is us. If anyone, all five of you there, if any of you are fans of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, boom, it got taken away because of faux outrage, which is actually spelled like with a U and an X, if you could believe it. Um, yeah, I've said a bunch of shit. I fucking hate Mike Cernovich. Fuck that cunt. Guardians of the Galaxy is ruined. Yeah, he ruined Guardians of the Galaxy by I mean, props to him. He wanted to take down a guy who says shit to Trump to people to a mass of people who already agree with him. I mean, who cares? But you took him down. You showed exactly how fucking spineless Disney actually is. They won't stand up for anyone. Like, fucking James Gunn has made them like he's had to have made them at least like a couple like I don't know. Any money over $7,000 just becomes like a magical world to me. I'm just like, whoa! It's like I can't comprehend how much it is. But James Gunn has made Disney a fuck ton of money, and they're just like, boop, goodbye. You made some jokes. You made some jokes a decade ago while you were working with a company where they'd encourage you to act that way. It's like fuck. Fuck, like I'm really concerned about how the MCU is gonna unfold after this. We already got like I think Kevin Feige is being baited in this stuff. It's like, so when are you gonna put in Kamala Khan? And like, when are you gonna put in a Muslim superhero? And they go up and they shove a microphone in his face. Like, yeah, you know what? Maybe in the next phase we're gonna do something like that. Like, I haven't lost faith in the Marvel universe, but let's get on this for a second. Uh, So James Gunn gets fucking the boot the second he does some shit, but all of these little creeps who attack customers over at Marvel Comics division, who are just it just seems like a cancerous mole on the back of Disney, Marvel Comics at this point. And what are they gonna do? We're not gonna step in. We'll let what's his name? What is it? Yeah, CB. Is it CB? Is it CB Zabalskis? Is that who's on it? But yeah, if Disney was so proactive in the way they fucking wasted James Gunn, where the fuck have they been while their fucking comics brand has been falling to pieces? They bought it. They bought it. When was it? Like 2010? I worked at Blockbuster at the time when they bought Marvel, so I think it was 2010. And yeah, outside of the movies, which they've let Marvel Studios do their own thing, they've let everything fucking fall to pieces. Like, this is Baby Groot, this is James Gunn, and this is MCU, and this is like Lucasfilms. This is all Disney. Like, I have good. This is the mark. This is where it starts. This is where everything's gonna turn to dog shit. Now, next. All right, Roseanne and Stanhope, we've gotten through. Oh yeah, all you fucking hypocrites with your fucking double standards out there. I mean, there's only 6 of you here, and I think if you're sticking around, then most of you kind of agree with me. But if you're cool with James Gunn getting ousted right now, but you defended Milo Yiannopoulos when he got the shit thrown on him, then I don't know. You got some double standards you gotta work out. And also this James Gunn getting fired from Disney is also a huge step forward for PC culture. I hope you guys realize that. This is the most PC move they could do. It's just like it's not politically correct to make dark humor kid fucking jokes. Goodbye. Thanks for making us two of the greatest Marvel movies in the MCU. It's like fuck. It's like it's like such like a step backwards for the Comicsgate community. Like it's nothing to be celebrated. It's more like I'm gonna say I keep on mentioning Comicsgate community because this is where I've seen it. So like I've seen the Ethan Van Sciver, I've seen Umbrella Guy. The only people that I've seen make really great videos about it was the first diversity in comics video he made it out of before he deleted it and backed off. Ironically, well, not ironic. I like Mundane Matt. The Mundane Matt video was actually fucking spot on. I never. It's probably my favorite Mundane Matt video of all time. The video he's made about the James Gunn situation and the quartering. The quartering made a. I mean, you could tell that he kind of had like a fucking James Gunn, but he kept a level head and he didn't just jump in one side or the other. Like these are fucking hit. This is a fucking hit job on James Gunn. Unless it turns out that he fucked a kid, and then I retract this whole thing. I probably won't delete the live stream, but I'll make another video saying like, well, he turned out to fuck kids. I guess I was wrong, but the information we have on hand does not say anything like that, and us jumping to those conclusions is just like, man, I've seen so many people that are in the community that I really fucking like. I think they were on the same page, but all of a sudden everything goes out the window the second that someone that they find annoying falls victim to it. All right. So society is fucked. The next note I had just says society. This is a bad step. This is bad. This is bad. The James Gunn thing is not good. It's not good. It's not something to be happy about. I'm scratching out these things. And let's talk about Milo and PC. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. This is gonna be an hour solid live stream. Let's talk about Disney's moral code. I've seen I don't want to throw this on anyone. I think it might have been an Umbrella guy. He released no, if it wasn't him, it wasn't him. But somebody compared the situation to Victor DeSalvo. If you don't know who Victor DeSalvo is, he's a guy who in 1988 directed a movie called Clown House, which is a horror movie starring a bunch of little boys wearing briefs or underpants. And what do you know it? Uh, Victor DeSalvo got caught not only molesting one of the star of the movie, the star boy, on the set, but he also filmed it. So he created child pornography and he assaulted a child on set. Now, let's flash forward to 5 or 6 years later. Disney hires him after he gets out of prison. After he gets out of prison, after all, of course, to direct a movie. I think he might even wrote it called Powder. Any of you '90s kids remember Powder? Who remembers Powder? Throw a fist up in the chat. I've never actually watched it, and I'm glad in retrospect, because yeah, that was a movie about the little albino kid, and Disney hired him fresh out of prison, saying, "Hey, come on in here." For some reason, this literal convicted kid fucker and child pornographer is welcomed back into Disney's arms, but James Gunn makes a joke 10 years ago and he's gone. And of course, if you don't know Victor Salva's post Powder, he's had a great career. I doubt the guy has a day job. He made Jeepers Creepers, which is praised by everyone and a big push. Justin fucking Long was in it. Then he made Jeepers Creepers 2. I think I'm getting drunk because I'm having trouble talking. And then Jeepers Creepers 3 came out literally last October, and it had limited release in theaters. And yeah, can you imagine an industry where convicted kid fucker makes um, a family film for Disney and then makes a popular horror franchise, Jeepers Creepers 1 through 3, and people keep saying, "Yes, Victor DeSalvo, we know that you are a convicted child fucker," and if he is moved on, if he's not offending anymore, I mean, I'm not all about it, just like you did a thing, throw you off the mountain. But why? Why him? Why him? If he worked at McDonald's at the time and he fucked a child in the McDonald's play place, McDonald's would not hire him back 5 years later. McDonald's would not hire him back 100 years later. But Hollywood is so fucked up. So I understand how people like are just like, you know what, maybe James Gunn may be a creep. I guess I can understand that. But based off of everything we've seen now so far, I am not fucking convinced. And I feel like the people who are seem completely convinced are delusional and tribalistic, and they're trying to go after the guy who doesn't believe in the same stuff that they do. But then again, let me not hate on Comicsgate too much because I've had a lot of actual. I said a thread. I said exactly what I said. I think this is bullshit. I'm not happy with the way this James Gunn thing has panned out. Like, I think this feels like the whole PewDiePie witch hunt all over again. And I actually, even though some people disagreed with me, I think pretty much everyone met me halfway. So we're still a cool community, Comicsgate, but I see a lot of reactionary people over there too who are just happy that some lefty got taken down. And that's really fucked up. We can't have double standards, guys. I don't think that we may not want the same future, me and you. I want things to possibly be way more degenerate than even though they are. I like degenerate things. I like degenerate behavior and dark humor and all that shit, but I know it's not for everyone. But shit is this. As long as a kid's not getting fucked, am I right? As long as no one's actually fucking a kid. Well, anyway, guys, this I feel better getting all of this off my chest. I actually feel like this is good. If you like this and or if you're new here, this isn't a live stream channel. Usually I'm making edited videos. Oh wait, we never watched. We'll go out. We'll end the stream with us watching Toxic Avenger 4. You should stay tuned to it because you're gonna see something. Yeah, from what I remember, it's really fucked up. But as we fade out, like and subscribe, hit the bell, hit the bong for notifications. That's gonna be my Teespring shirt. Hit the bong for notifications. Two people will buy it, and one will be my mom, and one will be me. But yeah, thanks for coming out, and I'm sorry if I wasn't paying attention too much to the chat. I'm gonna go over that after this finishes uploading, and we'll talk some more. If you brought up some points that I missed, I'll try to go back and forth to you about that. But yeah, this is fun, guys. Thanks for coming out, and let's watch some Toxic Avenger 4, I guess. Where's the fucking... Where's my PlayStation controller? Oh, there it is. You guys see what I'm saying, though, right? Oh, fuck me. You guys see what I'm saying, though, right? Jesus. Alright. I really like the way this DVD... you can't see it. Fuck it. Oh, God. Look at that. It's the... You know those guys, right? The Sklar brothers. Let's just watch a movie. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay metal and hail Satan.
Universal Studios on the set of George Lucas's mega million-dollar remake of Citizen Toxic. And I think, hold it, look who's over here. Hey, look who's here. It's Toxic. So what's been happening? What's new, Toxic?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. Pretty much just working on the DVD.
Yeah?
They're ready to go.
Tell us a little bit about the DVD of Citizen Toxic.
The DVD is packed full of goodies.
Who's the star of Citizen Toxic? Because I heard that there's actually an actor involved in this movie.
I've heard rumors to that
What's
effect
his name?
myself. His name's David Matty.
Yes? Tell us a little bit about him.
He's big.
Does he play more than one part, perhaps?
Yes, in Citizen Toxic, he plays not only the Toxic Avenger, but the Noxious Offender as well.
We dubbed your voice. We used
Yes.
another voice. Now, you can speak frankly. We will...
15 years ago in Tromaville, New Jersey, the toxic chemical...
Enjoy Toxic Avenger 4, everybody.
Melvin Ferd, a 98-pound weakling, was teased, taunted, and other bad stuff until he fell into a barrel of toxic chemical waste, transforming little Melvin into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger, the first superhero from New Jersey. Then, 2 rotten sequels were made. Sorry about that. This is the real sequel.
Good morning, students. In celebration of today's Take a Mexican to Lunch Day, the cafeteria will be serving tuna tacos.
Okay, kids. Today we're going to celebrate our special friends below the border. We are going to celebrate Take a Mexican to Lunch Day. Can you say that? Take very good. Now that's where the hard-working Mexicans take naps during the day.
Just like us?
Just like us, exactly like us. Can anyone tell me? Oh, Tito! What do you think you're doing, young man?
Listen, bitch. Just because I'm a tad doesn't mean you have to treat me right. Yeah. But because I'm special, I don't think I'm ever going to get laid, so why can't I masturbate?
Tito! Okay, kids. Now, do you know what you're eating?
Tacos.
Tacos! That's right, tacos. Can you say taco? Taco, yeah, taco.
All right, you fucking retards, stop your tacos or I'll blow your brains out!
He's got his head up his ass. That's the retard.
Fuck this, man. I'm out of here.
What on earth do you think you're doing, young man? I am trying to teach a class here. What kind of a man are you?
Who's killing?
We interrupt our coverage of the Smithville Home for the Elderly massacre to bring you this very special report. Thank you. Well, folks, it looks like we've got another school massacre situation. You want to take this? I did the last three. The terrorist group in question, the Diaper Mafia, has taken the Tromaville School for the Very Special hostage. We're going to go live now.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to find out a way to watch Toxic Avenger 4, because if if you like that, you're this is a great hangout. See you later, guys.